So this was a time in my life when I was praying and reading the Bible all the time, and I just prayed and asked the Lord to show me something that I could do for him. And I thought possibly, so I have 3 small children at home, I thought maybe we could go to a nursing home and befriend an elderly person. Then all of a sudden I started getting mail, and when I turned on the radio, I would hear about abortion and pregnancy centers. And I was like, maybe this is what God wants me to do. But I had also felt uncomfortable because I had had an abortion when I was in college. And I knew I would have to talk about it. And so I hesitated at first, but then I knew there was no way, no getting around it. It's on the radio, it's in my mail, it's everywhere. And that's how the pregnancy center started. Actually, the first location, one of the first things we had to do was to get a phone line so that people could call us. And it was in my extra bedroom. It was a playroom and my sewing room. So that's actually where it started.
I came to the pregnancy center because I found out I was pregnant, and I actually came the day I found out I was pregnant. So, because I was freaking out, I had taken 3 tests, and but I was definitely pregnant and freaking out. So, just trying to figure out what I was gonna do.
I first came to the pregnancy center because I took a test at home, and it came back positive. But I was just so nervous. I'm like, maybe it was wrong. So I just walked in and I took a pregnancy test, and it came back positive again. And I immediately started crying because I was nervous, I was scared.
First thought was abortion, even though that is totally against everything I knew, but I just didn't know what else to do. So came to the pregnancy center. They just kind of talked with me, prayed with me. At that point, there was more conversation about the options that I had.
I was considering abortion because I'm like, I can't do this, you know. I'm in school, I work full time. This is just not the right time. After that, I made an appointment to come back for ultrasound. And that's when I actually got to see the baby, and I got to hear the heartbeat. So then it just became more real, like, oh my God, like I really have a baby. And then I got to talk to one of the nurses. She was just explaining to me, like, there is really no such thing as the right time to have a baby. This is your only guaranteed pregnancy. So that's when I decided, I guess this is my time to be a mom.
As my pregnancy went on, God spoke to me very, very clearly and told me that I was supposed to have this baby, and I was supposed to be his parent, and that he was going to supply every need and more. And so when I came back to the pregnancy center, I decided to keep my son, and then they helped me with the classes, and they were just so instrumental in praying me through my pregnancy and just being supportive at a time that I was just like so ashamed and so disappointed in myself and just feeling unworthy and just lost and figuring out what I was gonna do. What I love most about the pregnancy center is that it was a judgment-free zone. When I mentioned abortion, there was never a blink of an eye or a turn of their face. It was just all grace, and which is what I needed at that time. And I didn't even know what I needed, but they gave me exactly what I needed at that moment.
They gave me a book to read, and I read it, and it just kind of made me feel like if I just put everything in God's hand, He is my guidance. So I started to just really believe that, and it just kind of felt like a relief, like I'm not carrying this all alone on my shoulders, like there is somebody that's actually like with me. He chose this time for me to be a mom. So I just have to trust that. Then here I am now, 5 months pregnant, and I'm happy, I'm excited. I completely 360 how it was when I first came here.
So Ian is 7 now. I feel like God was like gracious to me and giving me him at that time. I just know that there's something on his life, and there's a plan and a purpose and a reason why he's gonna be here, and I just can't wait to see it unfold. I'd like to thank the donors at the Pregnancy Center for giving their time and their money for them to be able to do what they're doing here. I do not know what I would do without the Pregnancy Center, and I know from other people that have been around me that they have impacted their lives equally or more than what they've done for me. So I just appreciate that.
I would like to thank the donors of the Pregnancy Center for providing me with the pregnancy test, the ultrasound, the baby gifts, and just in the being able to come to the parenting classes, all that for free. I wouldn't have been able to do it, without them.
So one of the things I always wanted the center to be about is that it was God's ministry. It was never mine. And as long as it belongs to God, it will be successful. But it wouldn't be successful without all of the people who have been obedient to God and through the years have volunteered, spent many hours praying for the center, contributing to the center. All of those people are working to fulfill God's commission for the center. Someday, when we get to heaven, all of the people who contributed their time, contributed their money, and contributed their prayers will be able to see the fruit of what they have done.